Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is All Things Thursday and today we have no things. So we have no happy mail other than a book that came in that I've already done a flip through for that I was waiting for over a month. But other than that, yeah, the things that I have ordered from Cult Pens still have not arrived. And I'm starting to get a little concerned because, yeah, it's been almost 25 days and they're still not here yet. I have looked into contacting them, and the only number I can find to contact them is a English number, a European number, and I don't want to call them from my cell phone and get international phone charges. So I'm going to give it a little while longer and then I will send them an email and say, yeah, where's my stuff? Because, yeah, that was not a cheap order. So today we're going to actually do the same thing that we have been all month because it is hashtag NoBuyJuly. So I have not been buying anything. I have behaved myself. I am at 22 days and I have not bought a single piece of art. Sorry about that. One moment. Do apologize. But I have not bought any art supplies whatsoever um, for No Buy July. I have behaved myself. The only thing I have bought art wise was a gift for somebody else for their birthday. Otherwise, I've been good. So, I'm quite proud of myself. Because, yeah, I have been tempted several times. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to take a look at a set of pencils that I bought that I don't hate, but I don't use very often. Um, they are one of the reasons why I probably put them aside is because they made me mad. Not the pencils themselves, the company. They were marketed as Cadrim colored pencils. I later found out during my review and during looking at the pencils. I do apologize. Do apologize. That person was very persistent. Sorry about that. Okay, so when I was going through the Cadrim colored pencils and looking closer at the tin, the pencils looked awfully familiar to me. So I was playing with the tin and somebody said, yeah, there's actually a sticker on the tin that says Cadrim. So I found the sticker and I peeled it off, and sure enough, there was another company name under the sticker. So I compared the pencils in the Cadrim set, which is a fairly small set of 72, to the Qli 150 set, and they are the exact same pencils. So I was a little, that was one of my first times that I bought a set of pencils thinking that they were one thing and they turned out to be another. Of course, that has happened several times since then, and normally I send them back. However, by the time I had figured out that these were not uh, Caterham pencils, that they were in fact a different brand, and there was more to the set than just the 72, and that they broke the set up just to sell them under a different name, um, it was too late to send them back. So they did get put in my box of I like them, but I'm not going to spare any bag space for them type of thing. So they ended up going into this wrap, and like I said, they are a good pencil. They work very, very nicely. There was no issues with the quality of the pencils. I did have an issue with the fact that they were um, marketed and sold under several different names, which to me is just not right. If you're going to market your pencils under one name, stick to that name. You don't need to add it to other names. There was a couple of issues that I found with one pencil, and that is a crack in the pencil itself, which, as you can see, is not a good thing. So if this pencil was stepped on or anything else, um, it would really break. So, and that was the only quality issue I found. Excuse me. Oh, I think I'm coming down with a cold. I sneezed and sneezed and sneezed this morning, and now I'm all stuffy, and I have a tickle in the back of my throat. But as you can see, the pencils are numbered. They are not named, but they are numbered. And we're going to play with them today because I haven't played with them in a long time, and I shouldn't just leave them sitting and not loved, I guess, um, in the corner of my box. So I'm going to switch you on over to the close-up here. So we're going to actually do the banner and the ribbons with the July pencils. And as we're doing this for our hashtag, or not our hashtag, our community, or our Facebook community's color along or coloring contest, we have a specific palette of nice summery pastel-y colors in our Christmas in July pictures. So I need to pick a nice color for a nice pale color for the banner itself, or the bar, or whatever you want to call that. So let's pick, don't want to go with any of the colors that are already in here. So let's go with some pinks. I think number 107, which is a nice pink, and then 128 as well. So we'll start with 128, which is the darker color, and we'll put in the shadow. And I know this isn't a pastel-y color, but it is a good pink color for a shadow. And once I put the other color over top of it, it will wash it out into a shadowy color. But as you can see, they lay down quite nicely. And like I said, it wasn't the fact that there was something wrong with the pencils. I just got mad at the company and at the factor of, if you're going to market them as one thing, market them as one thing. Because I looked at buying the July colored pencils, And I would have ended up with many duplicates in this set because I had bought them under a different name. And that would have just been a waste of money and would have made me really mad. And probably would have ticked off my husband a little bit. Because he's very supportive of my art and my hobby, but he's not overly supportive of wasting money on something I already have. And I know that's a little redundant because I do have many, many, many pencils, but because they're different, every colored pencil set is a little bit different. Yes, there's many of the same colors in them, but they're all a little different. They lay down differently, they feel different. So I'm just going around the edges here and under the ribbons with the darker color and feathering that out into the lighter area. When I go over it with the lighter pink, it will blend that in and give that light area. And I'm just doing the light area very, very lightly. Just so that when I do go over it with the other pencil, it has something to blend into. So I hope everybody has had a wonderful week. Of course, next Friday, we will be actually live. I do believe it's next Friday. Doing a color-a-thon with Shell Artie and Ashley Colors. And we'll be coloring Julia in July. So we'll be coloring Julia Sperry. And we will have a giveaway during that. So I hope you can all join me. I have repaired the link, I do believe, uh, in the community tab for the colorathon. Make sure you take a look at it and um, go in and save all the different people that are going to be participating so that you can see as many of them as possible because it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm just going over this area. And I probably should have just colored in this area and did the light on the outsides. But that's okay. We can take an eraser to that if we need to. Alright, now I'm going to take the light pink. Excuse me. And I'm just going to fill in the centers with that lighter pink color. And as you can see, it covers really, really nicely. It's just, like I said, I got irritated with the company and their practices, and that I hold a lot of weight with respect to a company. So, and sometimes I just get petty. When it comes to, people doing things underhanded, it just bugs me. And it felt very underhanded to me. These are a hexagonal pencil as well, which doesn't bother me, but it's definitely not my favorite shape for a pencil. I find them a little bit more tiring to my hands. I don't know why. And then just down here as well. But as you can see, they lay down very, very nicely. And that's just the two pinks. And then we're going to take our blending pencil, maybe, if I can figure out where I left it. Okay, well, we'll use the Prisma one. Oh, there it is. We're going to take our blending pencil and we're just going to smooth that out a little bit and make sure that it's blendable. Like I said, I have not used these beyond the first time when I first got them to swatch them, and I think I colored one or two small pictures with it, other than my swatch pictures, because I always color at least a small picture for review, and other than my review picture, I think I've colored one or two pictures with them. But like I said, they go down really nicely. They are a very nice pencil. However, if you're going to buy this pencil, take a look at the Qli. It's QILI pencils. It's a 150 set, and it's a little bit cheaper, which is another thing that I think really ticked me off. It's a little bit cheaper than the Cadram 72 set was. So, alright, so we've got the pink gone there. And do it diagonally for you so you can see the whole thing. Of course, I can definitely, move that out so that you get a better view. But, why would I want to do things that require thinking at this time of the day? So let's move that this way. There we go. Now you can see the whole thing. Okay, so that works better. So now you can see all of what we're doing. We're going to do the ribbons in blue. So we're going to use number 172 and 121 for our blues. And I think, no, it wasn't 121 that was broken, which is fine. And once again, I'm going to start with the darker of the colors, which is 121. And I'm going to actually sharpen this one because I want it to be able to get into these tight little spots. And as you can see, it's quite nicely centered. There is no huge amount of wood moving up the pencil, and it sharpens to a really, really nice fine point, which is great. I'm just touching the paper just with a little bit of pressure. And then I'm just going to bring that all the way in, and then I'll go over it with the light and wash it out a little bit. Do the edges there. The inside where it's going to be dark because of the shadow, doing it full dark. I'm not going to add the light color to that. And for all those that wanted to see it, I did finish the picture from Nature's Magic, and I have posted that on the community tab. So if you wanted to take a look at that, it is posted there for you. And just putting in a little bit of that dark blue. Now I'm not dragging it all the way out in the ribbon at the bottom here because of the twists and turns in it. Just sticking it into those areas that are going to be darker. But yeah, and tomorrow we will finish this card off and I will submit it for the judges. Of course, I'm not too concerned on whether or not I'm going to win because, it's my contest. So I won't win, but I like to be able to participate and show people that, it's a good thing to participate. That even I participate because I enjoy participating in them. I don't try to put out things that I normally wouldn't enjoy doing myself. Though I'm not a huge fan of color palettes, but it's Christmas in July and you don't want to be doing an entire Christmas palette. It's summertime. You want to do a summer palette. That's why we color a lot of flowers and stuff like that in spring and summer, because it's such a cheerful, relaxing palette, in my opinion. And of course, like I have always said, this is 100% my opinion and my choices. This is not, how you do it. You do it your way every single time. You do you, and it will be perfect. It's just how I do it. It's just my opinion, and opinions are like belly buttons. Everybody has one. Because some of us will publicly air them. Opinions, not belly buttons. I will not publicly air my belly button. I will not torture anyone with that. Yeah, I was hoping that I would have the Caran d'Ache skin tone set +4 by now, but I don't. It did not come in yet. And I also ordered last month, which also has not come in, the full set of Inktense, which was another one that I was hoping to be able to show you all, but they haven't come in yet. So hopefully they'll come in before August. If not, then I've really behaved. I didn't even get anything that I bought in June, except for one book. two books because I bought one way back in April and it arrived this week. Well, last week, this month. And I still have to do a flip through for that one. There's so many flip throughs for it right now that I am quite sure you could easily find one. And of course, as far as I'm concerned, they'll all be better than mine. I get all gushy and wishy-washy and oohing and awing, and I forget that it's a flip through. It's not picking my favorite picture to color. Although, you know, that's the best time to pick your favorite colors is when you're doing a flip through. Favorite pages. A lot of people pick their favorite pages when they watch a flip through, so. I know I do. That's how I choose to buy the book. Let's go, ooh, I like that one, I like that one, and I like that one. And if I like more than 50% of the book, I'll buy it. Though I should know better, because whether I like 50% of the book or not, I may not have time to color 50% of the book. Because time is a commodity that is very lacking right now in my life, so I seem to run out of it all the time. So now I'm just going through with this lighter blue and blending it in to that darker blue. The one good thing about these pencils is they do blend together very nicely. Now I'm only doing a 2-color combination on these because of the fact that they're so small. If it was a larger area, I would definitely do a 3 or 4 or maybe even 5-color combination on it. But because it is such a small area, quite honestly, it just wouldn't show the colors, the variations. So, and of course, there are some areas that I may add some white to get it to stand out a little bit better. Because even though this is the lightest blue in the set, it's still a little bit darker than I would have wanted, so we're just going to fill this in here. And I'm just using a light hand because I don't want it too dark, but I want that bright blue color. I think I need to put a little bit more dark blue on that one. And that's the thing when you're doing a little bit lighter layers, you can definitely re-add that dark color if you find that it's not enough. Or you can add your light color first and add your dark color on top of it and work from there instead of layering. I have a tendency to layer, and I like to layer from dark to light most of the time. there are some instances, some things I will layer from light to dark. And sometimes I'm just everywhere with it. As long as it gives me the results I want, then it's all good. These pencils don't take a huge amount of layers to get to the color that you want, which is also good. But they do squish together too, so, and they're not dusty or anything. But they do blend together quite nicely. Alright. Just going to go into here. Make sure that I remember to put the blue in everywhere else. I know we're not going to use a lot of colors today because of course I've got other pencils that need to be worked with, but we'll see. And of course, I don't want to take up too much of your time today fiddling and coloring when there are so many other wonderful YouTubers out there to watch. That, and I've got to mow my lawn. I don't want to. I'd rather sit here and color. But the neighbors are starting to complain, so. Although, if I keep on sneezing the way I have been, I may not end up doing it. I may just end up sitting here coloring anyway. And they can complain. I have been meaning to do it for over a week, but I just haven't gotten to it. Time gets away from me. And sometimes I just don't want it. It's hot out there. I don't like heat. Just going to blend that together. Lessen that edge a little bit. There we have it. And I'm just going to finish up these ribbons here. And sometimes, it's fun to use different pencils for one picture. I personally don't usually tend to do that. Usually I tend to stick to one set of pencils per picture. And I think that's just because I don't like, pulling different bags out to put them away. If I had them all in one bag, I might use more than one set. But I have full set syndrome, so most sets have more than enough colors for me to do an entire picture with. Alrighty, so that is our colors for today, our pinks and our blues. And like I said, tomorrow we have another set of pencils that I will finish the rest with. And then we will do the background with maybe some gel sticks and make them all pretty. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video and enjoyed seeing the different things that have been hiding in my closet. Once again, this is the July or Cadrim colored pencils. Um, and of course, they do have a really good range for a small set. They do go from the yellows into the peaches, into the orange, and then into the red, and then into the pinks, and then into the purples and the red violets, into the violets and blues, and then into our greens, our aquatics, and then our bright leaf green colors. And for a smaller set, this set does have a really nice amount of green colors. Also, it has a really good range in the browns as well as the grays and the blacks. So it does have a very good selection of colors, and the colors do lay down very, very nicely, and they are very pretty. The only problem I had with the set, and one of the reasons why it got put away, is one of the pencils was fractured, and it looks like it's a um, separation of veining on the wood. You know how that wood has rings, and you can end up with a vein in the wood, and it's just the way that it was made. The core of the pencil is perfectly fine, and until I get to that point when I'm sharpening it, I don't think I'll have any problems with the pencil itself. But I didn't like the way they were marketed. I didn't like the fact that they were marketed as a cadmium colored pencil and a different colored pencil than the July colored pencils. They are the exact same colored pencils that you would find in the July colored pencils. And back when I bought these, the July was actually a little bit less expensive. So they do have a wonderful set of pinks, a wonderful set of blues, and they do color really, really nicely. This is on a 67-pound cardstock, and it has a bit of tooth, so it does hold on to the pencils quite nicely. Just going to move this aside here and take my eraser, and I'm just going to make sure that I have the areas. Just going to wipe this clean because I've got smuts on my eraser. So I'm just going to go through and make sure that there's enough of a difference to show the light in some of those areas. As you can see, they erase quite nicely and quite well. I'll switch it on over here so you can see a little bit better of what I'm doing. So they do erase very nicely, quite well. And I'm just going through and giving it a little bit of an erase on some of those areas where I would expect the light to be hitting it. Because that is one thing. It does have a really nice light blue, but it wasn't quite as light as I would want it to be. But of course, you can make things lighter by A, going over it with white, or B, just taking an eraser to it and lightening it up a little bit. So, and if you don't have a Prismacolor white that stands out really well against most colored pencils, you can definitely go through and just use an eraser to put in that highlight, or you can put in some gel stick or gel pen, or a little bit of Posca pen. You know, all different things that you can do to add that bit of white. especially in these smaller ones where the pencil eraser is going to leave a smudge or smear instead of erase the color. So as you can see, there's some that are going to get a little bit more white than others, and of course the eraser is going to pick up all of that color that you just removed. So make sure that you wipe it clean before you move on to the next color. Otherwise, you're going to transfer that color over. So I'm just going over and scrubbing my eraser on my desktop pad here so that I don't take some blue into the pink. So I'm not taking off a lot of the pink, I'm just taking off just enough so that you can see that there's an area there that the light is hitting. Like that. Okay, so back over here. So we've worked with the diamond driven. Let's see if I can remember all of the ones we've worked with, and the Pagos and the Pluquee and the um, Pastello. And which one did we do this one with? Can't remember which one this one was. Which is silly because it was just last week. I will look at it. I can't quite remember which one this one was. And then today we're working with the Cadram, and tomorrow we may work with the dreaded Crayola and do the leaves and the bars. And then we will do the background with some gel stick. So that will be tomorrow. And we'll finish this card off tomorrow and get it all done and put it in for our Christmas in July coloring contest that is going on our Facebook group. I hope you have enjoyed the video. I thank you all very much for joining me, and of course, if you want to join me over on Facebook and join the Christmas in July colorathon coloring contest, you can definitely do so by clicking on that little link that takes you to the Facebook page. Fill out the application form and somebody will get you in as quickly as possible. We do not accept anybody into the Facebook group that does not fill out that little form for security reasons. If you want to support the channel, of course, hit the like button. The easiest way to support and to show that you enjoy the channel, of course, is to hit the like button and leave me a comment on what you want to see and what you enjoy doing and what you enjoy seeing, what you want me to do next. Also, if you're not already a subscriber to the channel and enjoy the content of the channel, you can definitely support us by hitting that subscribe button. I did notice today that we are 125 subscribers away from 1,500. When we hit the 1,500 mark, I am going to do a bit of a giveaway. So make sure that if you're not already a subscriber that you hit the subscribe, and hopefully we can hit that 1,500 mark pretty quickly here. It does seem to be advancing at a very rapid pace, so it's fantastic. And I thank each and every one of you who have subscribed to the channel for hanging out with me and supporting me in this wonderful adventure that I have chosen to take on. Other than that, guys, of course, we will see you tomorrow, and remember to relax, color, and stay safe. With that being said, you guys have a fantastic day. And of course, to all of my members who are members of the purchase memberships, unicorns, mermaids, and fairies, thank you all very much for your ongoing support and for all the love you show. All right, everybody, again, relax, color, and stay safe. Until next time, bye bye for now.